Kylie Jenner seems to have a Midas touch when it comes to making money, but sometimes she ends up making her fans cringe. From jetting off to lunch to wearing mink slippers, we'll talk about some times when this star was woefully out of touch. Will there be a time when she can't buy the public's forgiveness?
You don't want the pasta?
No, thank you.
Vogue. Seeing Kylie on the cover of a magazine is nothing new, but there are some fans who feel her appearance on Vogue Hong Kong wasn't exactly in good taste. Tons of protesters have taken to the streets of Hong Kong, fighting against national security law. It's a tense political time, to put it mildly, and Vogue Hong Kong chose this time to label their August 2020 edition the action issue and put makeup mogul and reality TV star Kylie Jenner right on the cover. Some fans felt this was an odd call, especially in light of a promotional Instagram post praising her business skills. Kylie typically makes it a point not to get political, which is why fans questioned her appearance in the action issue. Some have accused Vogue of trying to profit off of a situation without taking a side and choosing the wrong time and place to compliment Kylie's success. Birthday collection. Kylie's certainly a powerful celebrity, but she doesn't control the cover of Vogue, at least not yet. While that controversy may have taken place even without her involvement, this one involves her very own makeup line. Usually, when a new Kylie Cosmetics collection is announced, we're eager for every last detail. But her 22nd birthday celebration bundle gave us pause. That's because the theme for that year's birthday was money. The collection included lip gloss, highlighters, eyeshadows, and skincare products, all packaged with familiar currency designs. Not only did the very premise of the collection come across as tone-deaf, but the product names weren't any better. Some of the most noteworthy titles were Work For It and Money Ain't Everything. Yeah, that's easy to say when you have more than you could spend in a lifetime. To promote her collection, Kylie even clothed herself in silk designed to look like cold hard cash. Listen, we know we're going to make major dents in our bank accounts every time she rolls out a new product, but does she have to make it quite so obvious? Maybe she was hoping fans would think of it like buying her a birthday present, although we all know she's never short on those. Handmaid's Tale. If there's one thing Kylie loves doing as much as rolling out a new lip kit, it's definitely party planning. She and the rest of her famous family are known for their huge, over-the-top celebrations for almost any occasion. Not only do they throw their own parties, but they've been known to celebrate their loved ones, which is super sweet, well, usually. Kylie decided to throw her best friend Anastasia Karanicolau a birthday party based on her favorite TV show, which actually sounds great, until you realize her favorite show is The Handmaid's Tale. In case you haven't seen it, the series shows the grim dystopian future imagined in Margaret Atwood's book of the same name, in which the wealthy elite rule over others with an iron fist, and women are considered little more than property. Needless to say, the series doesn't exactly scream fun party theme. Kylie's party certainly was creative and showed off her knowledge of the series, but that doesn't mean it was a good idea. Margaret Atwood herself said she was glad Kylie was excited about her work, although she felt she missed the mark by throwing this soiree. Of course, this was after Margaret had to look up who Kylie is. Selfmade. Any way you look at it, you can see that Kylie is a massive success. It's just that some fans had an issue with her being described as a self-made star. When she appeared on the cover of Forbes, she was hailed as a self-made billionaire, and people were incredibly skeptical of the first part of that title. While her family defended her, Kylie doubled down by insisting she really did create her own success. Her evidence? According to Kylie, her parents had her start financing herself starting at age 15, when she was responsible for her own cell phone bill. For some reason, people still weren't convinced, and later, Kylie herself admitted that maybe she wasn't quite the self-made star Forbes hailed her as. Eventually, Kylie said that while none of her wealth was inherited, she did benefit from her family name and notoriety when she started her business. Then, in 2020, Forbes claimed Kylie was not actually a billionaire when she appeared on their cover, so now we just don't know what to believe. Is this makeup mogul really a billionaire, or is she financing her private jet with mere millions? Mink slippers. It's no secret that Kylie loves showing off her expensive purchases on social media, and usually her fans enjoy seeing them. Hey, there's nothing wrong with living out our wardrobe dreams vicariously through Kylie. But sometimes this star's timing is a bit off. Many lives were impacted by Australian bushfires as they raged out of control, and some stars stepped up to help out by raising donations and awareness to the cause. Of course, Kylie commented on the situation, expressing sympathy for the poor animals who lost their lives or struggled to survive as a result. But could Kylie have maybe waited a little bit longer then to post about the expensive mink slippers adorning her feet? It's hard to convince fans that you're heartbroken about the plight of animals when you're also showing off pink Louis Vuitton kicks made out of them. Kylie was immediately faced with a massive backlash and was forced to do some serious damage control. After her poorly timed post, Kylie then turned around and donated $1 million to relief efforts. Still, some people wonder if she would have bothered sending funds if she hadn't been facing a public relations crisis at the time. Private jet. Kylie and Kendall have very different personalities, so it's always nice to see them getting along. But one trip out to lunch didn't go over well with fans. Even though they live near tons of excellent eateries and have fully stocked kitchens, they decided to fly to lunch on board Kylie's private jet, of course. This seemed like the epitome of success, both in terms of wealth and stress on the environment. The rest of us try our best to remember our reusable shopping bags, while people like Kylie and Kendall are soaring overhead in private jets. Buying a private jet is so pricey that even other stars often choose to rent instead of buy. It's estimated this aircraft cost Kylie somewhere between $50 and $70 million. And it's not the only expensive accessories she brings on her lunch dates. This star also showed off a set of Louis Vuitton chopsticks and claimed she wants to start traveling with them from now on. First of all, yes, apparently Louis Vuitton does make these, and second, they cost $450 a pair. We know Kylie loves sushi, but these are next level eating utensils. Social distancing. In an Instagram post, Kylie joked that her friends would have to carry her out of parties after the COVID-19 pandemic, but this star hasn't exactly been practicing proper social distancing. She threw a party for Khloe's birthday, and although she provided face masks for guests, she made sure to have them emblazoned with Khloe's face on them, which some fans felt was a little over the top. She also went out with a big group in order to celebrate Stassi's 23rd birthday, and neither she nor anyone else in her group was wearing a mask at all, Khloe face or otherwise. The group partied at Kylie's house before heading out to Bootsy Bellows for a night of clubbing. Did we mention that this was during a pandemic when most people were at home in quarantine? Many fans also pointed out that while some celebs risked their health to protest social issues, Kylie broke the rules just to throw a birthday party. Detox tea. Kylie has a private jet to pay for, so she has to earn money to pay her bills. You might think that her incredible cosmetic empire and reality show paychecks would be enough, but apparently not. That's because Kylie has been seen promoting detox tea on social media, and this is something pretty much everyone else in her family has done too. There are just a few problems with this. The first is that even Kylie admits she's just a naturally skinny person and says she doesn't have to do much in order to lose weight. So maybe she's not the best person to look to for weight loss tips. Then there's the tea itself, which claims to help your body expel toxins, which is something your liver and kidneys already have covered. Many of these products are unregulated and can contain laxatives, caffeine, and other worrisome substances. Kylie has a ton of fans, many of whom are young, and some people believe it's irresponsible for her to be promoting such products. Stormi Webster. Not only does Kylie spend tons of cash on things for herself, but she also loves to spoil her daughter Stormi. She threw yet another over-the-top party in the midst of a pandemic in order to celebrate Stormi's birthday. $100,000 is a pretty expensive soiree, especially if the guest of honor isn't even old enough to remember it. But hey, at least she got another use out of that giant inflatable head with her daughter's face on it. As if that wasn't enough, Kylie also treated her daughter to her her very own pony named Frozen. There's nothing wrong with being an equine enthusiast, but there might be something wrong with importing an animal during a pandemic. This pony cost even more than her party, setting the makeup mogul back about $200,000. Vintage. Kylie and Kendall have both been criticized for being out of touch, so it's not a total surprise that some of their joint business ventures haven't been well received. Like the time the sisters announced they would be selling a line of vintage t-shirts. This sounds pretty safe, but it gets worse. These shirts would feature images and logos of famous artists, including Notorious B.I.G., Tupac Shakur, and The Doors, as well as pictures of Kylie and Kendall. Not only did they build off the success of these artists, but they were charging $125 a tee on top of that. Biggie's mother, Valletta Wallace, was among the dissenters and called the shirts disrespectful, disgusting, and exploitation at its worst. Ouch. Kylie and Kendall ended up pulling the designs and conceding that perhaps this business plan was not well thought out. Although they promised to learn from their mistakes, many felt the fact that they did this in the first place shows how out of touch they really are. Do you think Kylie deserves to be criticized for making these calls, or is the public way too hard on this social media star? Tell us what you think in the comment section below, and make sure to click on the subscribe button for more new videos from us here at The Taco. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.